And welcome back to Blue's Garden. Time to get ready for some seed starting. This is going to be a week, a heck of a week. We're due for a big blizzard, big snowstorm, and also some really low temps. So, the snowstorm, the next 48 hours, we are between 18 and 24 inches, and if the track is just a little bit off, head off offshore east, we could get a little over 2 feet. So, yeah, we're going to get some snow. And our highs this week are in single digits. Single digits. Our lows this week are in single digits. Overnight, last night was 1 degree Fahrenheit. Next couple of nights are 4, 5, 6 degrees Fahrenheit. And then I think our warmest evening is somewhere in the 10, 12 degrees Fahrenheit next few days. Now, what does that mean? Well, that means it's time to get ready to plant seeds. Next coming weekend, I'm going to be doing my onion seeds. And in order to get my onion seeds done, I need to sift some seed starter, get all the big woody bits out, get all the chunks out. I will run my seed starter through a sifter and get some nice fluffy seed starter, no woody bits, no big chunks. And then I will also start filling my seed trays and getting some moisture into all of the seed starter. So it's not hydrophobic, which means the water won't be repelled by the seed starting mix. So, busy week. That means getting ready this weekend. I use Espoma Organic Seed Starter. Seed starter is a finer product than potting soil. Not only that, but I take a 1/4-inch classifier. You find it on Amazon looking for gem sifting. If you're out as a gold hunter looking for gold nuggets, it allows you to sort through the dirt and take the big chunks out. 1/4-inch classifier, it's called. 1/4-inch classifier. And the point of this is I will fill it with the seed starter, and then I will use my hand, break up the big chunks, and also sort of let it sift through that 1/4-inch hardware cloth. You can make your own. It just was easier for me to buy this. Sift the seed starter out. Even though it's perfectly fine to start your seeds in that, I want to give it every chance I can. So I want the fluffiest seed starter with no big chunks. And even though these don't look big, for something like onion seeds and lettuce seeds and carrots, well, carrot I direct sow, but you want to give it the best, absolute best chance you can. And therefore, I take the big chunks out. Can you just go outside and grab some dirt? Sure you can. Thousands and hundreds of thousands of years, seeds have grown that way. This just gives you a better chance for germination. Sift everything, get the biggest seeds out. Biggest chunks of wood out, and that allows your seed starter to be as fluffy and light as possible. Fluffy and light, that's my goal. I don't want anything getting in the way of the roots. Look how fluffy and light this stuff is. No chunks at all in there. I got a lot of seed starting trays and whatnot. And so I'm going to grab my first bunch, the first bunch of seed starting trays and 6-packs. First, it's time to clean all the seed starting trays and the flats. It does no good to have new soil and new seeds if you've got something carrying over from last year's season. So I'm going to clean all my little 6-packs and my flats. So, got all the trays. Now, I use these 4x4. I use these 4x4 trays for onion seeds. They're very easy. The roots can get tangled, but they're very easy to pull apart. They're not really that tangled. So you'll see that come transplant time outside. Give everything. In the pot there, I originally had some real light solution of some bleach. and then I rinse it off thoroughly. Very light solution. You can use hydrogen peroxide as well, but light solution, mostly water and just a touch. Give everything a good solid rinse. I let it dry for a few days, and then it is time to fill with soil. Trays and flats cleaned. Now it's time to get some seed starter, that nice fluffy seed starter that we made, into the 6-packs and the trays, those 4x4s that I use for my onion seed. So that fluffy stuff, in it goes. That fluffy stuff is easy to do. I just scoop it out, put it in everything. Right now, the first time my first pass, it's all just very light and fluffy. I am going to pat it down. I'm going to poke my fingers in. I'm going to get as much of the air out as I can. And I'm not jamming it in there, but I definitely want it to be filled and no air spaces. So poke it in with your fingers. In these 6-packs, I will actually poke my fingers on down in and then see the fingers going in. And that just gets it, pack it in a little bit, but lightly. And then this 4-pack here, same thing. That'll be for shallots, that 4-pack. Get it full, and then bottom water, which means fill the tray underneath and let the water seep up from below. Well, bottom watering versus top watering. The soil, I mentioned hydrophilic. What that means is the water does not sink into the soil. The soil itself is hydrophobic, hydrophobic, meaning the soil avoids the water. It's too dry, it can't absorb the water. The water just runs off. So let's take a look at what I'm talking about. Here is a 4x4, no water from the bottom. When you put the water on the top, hydrophobic, the water will not sink in. It takes a while for that brand new soil to allow the water to soak in. If I just keep pouring it on the top, it'll just keep running off. That's why I bottom water. It allows it a chance to soak up from down below. Bottom water. Look how you can actually see the water in there now. You can see how it's after 24 hours, it definitely soaks in. That's why you use bottom watering. All right, summary. There are a million ways to plant seeds. Million ways. There's no one best. Some are better than others. I am using my method. I have tried a few different types, and I have found over time that this works best for me. Heat mats, tray, soil that has been sifted so it's nice and fluffy, bottom water, all of those things. I do every single one of these little bits to give my seeds the best chance they have. Could I go outside and grab some dirt from my compost pile or my garden or something and try growing there? Sure. I might be bringing in bugs. I might be bringing in something, pathogens, viruses, diseases, whatever. I don't want to do that. I want to start with the sterile soil. I want to bottom water so that the soil soaks. I want to give my seeds and the new germinated seedlings their absolute best chance for big germination and healthy seedlings. So, is this the best way? There is no one best way. When I first started, I would take just some potting soil and shove it in a little container and stick it next to the window and hope for the best. I had a much lower germination rate then, but over time, I have found that this gives me more seeds to germinate, better chance, healthier little seedlings. So, in summary, a fluffiest possible seed starter, remove the big bits, bottom water, get that soil pre-soaked before you get your seeds in. I hope this helps. I hope you guys have made it this far, but it gives you the best chance for some great seed germination. Thank you all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. You know it all helps that almighty algorithm. And thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. This helps me grow, and that helps you grow.